Let's cross to Argentina, where the polls have opened. 35 million people there deciding who is best able to lift their country out of the worst financial crisis in 2 decades. Annual inflation there has been hit more than 138%, the third highest anywhere in the world. It's deepened an unemployment crisis, and the lead candidate is a far-right radio regular known as La Peluca, the Whig, little political experience. He's an economist called Javier Milei. Now let's cross to Buenos Aires and speak to our correspondent Declan McGarvey. Declan, paint the picture for us. What do we need to look out for with polling underway?
Yeah, so here we are at a voting centre in central Buenos Aires, and the mood here is one of tension and anxiety. Argentina, with its economy in freefall, is on a knife edge. The front runner in this election is Javier Milei, a far-right ultra-libertarian who promises to tear down the political establishment that many Argentinians blame for their ongoing economic crisis. Milei promises to abolish the central bank, to dollarize the economy and to slash the size of the government, including the disbandment of Argentina's public health and education systems. Many people coming into this voting centre behind me are going to vote for Milei. Others are fearful and will vote for one of the main party candidates, including the incumbent economy minister, Sergio Massa, and the conservative opposition leader, Patricia Bullrich. But it is Milei who is the front runner in this election, and Argentina could be on the cusp of an unprecedented and radical change.
The main opponents, so we've got the current economy minister, Sergio Massa. We've got the centre-right former security minister, Patricia Bullrich. Tell us about this man, the Milei, because while you're talking, we're seeing images of a man with a chainsaw in the background. He looks mad, but for viewers, this is a thing of his that he's going to slash the economy and start to ease the situation for people. What is it about the pull of him, and why is he pulling in so much oxygen around this election?
Well, Javier Milei is a 52-year-old economist who made his name as a shock jock on racy nighttime talk shows before turning to politics in 2021. He has electrified this campaign so far and is the front runner. His promises of taking a chainsaw to the Argentinian state and pulling down and tearing down the status quo that many Argentinians blame for this economic crisis has won traction and favour with an electorate that is angry at its political establishment for an ongoing and deepening economic crisis that has left 4 in 10 Argentinians living in poverty and an inflation rate running at close to 140% per year. Javier Milei's radical reform package also includes the repeal of progressive abortion laws. It includes the legalization of the sale of human organs on the open market. Experts are sounding the alarm calls, but nevertheless it is Milei who is the front runner, and many people coming into this voting centre behind me today are going to vote for Javier Milei.
Here that he takes comparisons to Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil or Donald Trump as flattery, comparisons that he's happy with. Also, just a quick brief point from you. If we get a result today, the likelihood is that there won't be a clear winner. Is that right?
Yes, under Argentina's electoral rules, the first-place candidate must get at least 45% of the vote or 40% with a 10% margin over the second-place candidate. Now, going into this election, Javier Milei is polling around 35 to 36%, but it's interesting you made the comparison with Bolsonaro of Brazil and Donald Trump in the United States. Polls going into elections have tended to underestimate the vote for political outsiders, so it could be the case that Javier Milei is close to winning this election in the first round. If not, he will likely go to a second-round election at the end of November with the second-place candidate. That will either be the incumbent economy minister, Sergio Massa, a centrist moderate, or the conservative opposition leader, Patricia Bullrich.
Great to hear from you, Declan. No doubt we will have more from you at the exit polls when they come out at the close of play today. Good to talk to you. As our correspondent in Buenos Aires. Now to Iran, where a court has sentenced 2 journalists to long